Hello, YouTube. How's it going? So, we have two characters that have been brought to us with the 2.4 update in Genshin Impact. And we're going to go into a dive into how their abilities work, how their abilities work in different team compositions, how desirable would I say these characters are compared to other characters we may get in the future, compared to characters that we have right now in the game. That's what I want to adventure into. And the first character, and this is the character this video is going to focus on, is Shenhe. Shenhe is a Cryo Polearm character that's the new 5-star for this update. She feels good. Her abilities, the way she plays into different team compositions, it's all right. And I want to get into my opinion on that. But before I do, hit that like and subscribe button. It helps with the YouTube algorithm, gets my channel out there, gets my videos out there, helps boost the growth of my channel. And if you want to do that, I appreciate it. Also, if you want to be notified whenever I do anything on the channel, hit that notification bell. I will help you out when you want to know whenever I do anything. Also, share with your friends. Leave a comment down below on what you think of Shenhe. What do you think of my analysis of Shenhe? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me hear it. Just be respectful when you do. Now, Shenhe. How does she work? What does she want to focus on? Well, the answer to that question is attack percent. You want to focus 100% on attack percent. Why? Because she is a support character. Support characters usually involve doing things to help out the team and support. In Shenhe's case, she plays a different yet unique role when it comes to how she supports the team. For Shenhe, if you're not Cryo, you are getting the benefits, all the benefits that come with Shenhe. Shenhe prefers to only help out Cryo teammates because she buffs Cryo damage. She buffs normal attacks, charge attacks, plunging attacks, and also buffs skills and burst. But Cryo teammates are going to get the most out of Shenhe. So that's the unique role that Shenhe plays in, is that she only works best when you have quite a few Cryo teammates in the team. More notably, a main DPS who happens to be Cryo. Why? Well, the answer to that question is her skill, Spring Spirit Summoning. What that does is if you press the button or hold the button, she's going to do an attack. If you just press it, she's going to dash forward with doing Cryo damage, and each teammate will get an Icy Quill. That number would be 5. They will get 5 Icy Quills. What that means is that you have 5 instances where you can do Cryo damage and get the attack buff that Shenhe delivers. If you hold the skill, she will do an AoE attack, an AoE Cryo attack. That will give you 7 Icy Quills, meaning 7 instances where you can do Cryo damage and you will get the attack buff. Now, let's go on to the burst. The burst also helps with support. She will summon her icy avatar, and it will do cryo attacks within this area. And the cryo attacks are nice, but what you really are getting out of this is any enemy that is within this field will lose a physical and cryo percentage of resistance. It will be debuffed. Their physical and cryo resistance will be debuffed. That is what I'm saying. And the percentage scales off of how you level her up. And for where I got her at right now, it's 11%, but that will increase as you scale this ability up. Now, other talents is that's talking about the alts. If any character within that gets a 15% cryo damage buff, which is what you're looking for. Like I said, she only works really well with cryo teammates. And if you press the elemental skill, she will buff skill and burst damage by 15%. If you hold, normal, charged, and plunging attacks are buffed by 15%. So, like I said, she can help other teammates, but if you're going to optimize how much she supports cryo, or pretty much nothing. So, how does this all feel? How do I want to use her? How do I want to play her? Who do I play her with? These are questions, very valid questions. Artifacts. Personally, I went with Gladiator and Severed Fate. That way I could get energy recharge from Severed Fate and also get an attack percent. Another really good way you could go about doing this is going Gladiator and Shimmy Novas. That way you get double attack percent. In fact, that would be a really good alternative to what I have. I went with Energy just to help get the ult back. Weapons. Obviously, her signature weapon being the... Let me pull it up here. I keep forgetting its name. The Calamity Quiller. Obviously, the Calamity Quiller is going to be her best in slot. It buffs attack even more, and the ability buffs attack even more. You are getting nothing but attack from the Calamity Quiller, which is what you want on Shenhe. But other good alternatives are Skyward Spine. Another good alternative is Favonius Lance. Another good alternative, Wavebreaker Spin, and even Lithic Spear, because it buffs attack on 2 different ends. Actually, 3 different ends. There are other good options for Shenhe. If you don't have like 5 stars like Calamity Quiller or Skyward Spine. She's a character that's not too hard to build. Just throw attack on her because her attack buffs are scaling off of her attack. Real easy. Just throw attack. I got attack on 4 different ends when it comes to artifacts. Really not a hard character to build, but what comes into play is how you play her. Who do you play her with? Easy answers. I can give you already 2. Ganyu and Ayaka. 2 easy characters to play with. And another thing you might be saying, those are 5-star characters, Twigs. What if I don't have 5-star characters? I got an answer for you. Free to play, Kaya. Kyo can benefit from it. Chang'un easy, because he does he infuses cryo into everything, as long as it's a spear, sword, or claymore. When you press his skill. Easy. Another character, Rosaria. Again, if you were free to play, you most likely have Aloy. Aloy infuses Cryo into her bow attacks after hitting 4 times of her skill. I believe it was 4 times. So there are characters that can also get a benefit from running with Shenhe, but the top 2 are easily Ganyu and Ayaka. You could say Eula because of the physical res shred from her ult, but Eula doesn't do enough cryo damage to benefit, whereas Ganyu and Ayaka do a lot of cryo damage. So, let me show you some gameplay.
Unleash! My opponent!
Solidify!
Alright, so we're gonna go after this guy.
Obey! Take flight!
Already getting that 31k from hitting this dude. Pretty nice.
Manifest! Cryo incarnate!
Here we go. 35 already from the skill. And you can already see those 21s were from the quills. The 14s are from from without the quills. Alright, here we go. So this one, we're going to pop the AoE, which busts normal attacks and charge attacks. Already 10 to 12k. And you can already see after the quills, it was only like 6 to 7k. Alright, here we go. 36k from the skill, 21, and then dropped down to 15 because I already used quills. So, this gets into my next part. Why would I want Shenhe? Why? Why would you want Shenhe? This involves like I said, Shenhe plays a unique role. She buffs she plays a support role, which is a buffer. The only reason I can think of for why you would want Shenhe is if you're asking yourself, do I want my Ayaka or my Ganyu to do more damage? If you're asking yourself that question and you're leaning toward yes, then go for Shenhe. If you got Ganyu and you got Ayaka and you're wanting them to do more damage, go for it. Which goes into my next thing. If you already got a good team comp and you have cryo characters, not just Ayaka or Ganyu, that you can already hit big numbers, then ask yourself again, do you need Shenhe? Or if you're asking yourself, or even saying to yourself, I want to hit bigger numbers. If you're saying to yourself that you want to hit bigger numbers when you're already getting big numbers, then maybe you want Shenhe.
The world remains constant over the centuries.
That is the role Shenhe plays. She is a cryo character that buffs cryo teammates to help hit bigger numbers. And that's her role. It is a very unique role. We're not talking how, like, an easy comparison to make is Shenhe helps cryo characters. Let's look at another character that helps a specific attribute. Goro. Goro only helps Geo characters. Well, he can help other characters, but his main role is to help Geo characters. Like Shenhe can help other characters, but our main role is to help Cryo characters. Goro not only buffs defense, he buffs Geo damage, he helps with interruption, he gives shields just inherently from being a Geo character, and he can heal if you have C4. And he can also buff Geo crit damage if you have C6.
I got used to living in the mountains alongside the
Let's look at what
a long time ago.
Shenhe does. She buffs burst and she buffs all damage, really. Normal, charge, plunge, skill, burst. She buffs all that depending on how you press the skill. She buffs cryo damage, and she buffs cryo damage even more. And she shreds resistance for cryo and physical. She does a few things, but Goro does more things for Geo. That's the odd role where, even though Goro plays a very unique playstyle for just helping Geo, he actually helps a lot for Geo. Shenhe does quite a bit, but it's not as much as you could say when you compare her to Goro for Geo.
My pole arm doesn't distinguish friend from foe, and there is clearly a limit to the
that brings in the issue that you see a lot with Shenhe. She does big numbers for cryo, but that's it. that's really it. She helps you get big numbers. So this gets me to my point. If I had to make a recommendation, if you looked at me and said, Twigs, I need your recommendation, this is what I would say. Shenhe is not a necessity. She is not a character I would say is a you must wish. There have been characters like that. Zhongli, I would say is definitely a you should probably go for that dude. Ganyu is absolutely busted. When Ganyu rolls around, go for her. I know it's kind of weird when we got Zhongli and Ganyu reruns back to back, like not even back to back at the same time. But pick one, and I would say go for it. Another character I would have said that was a must-wish was Kazuha. But Shenhe, even though she looks great, she has a great aesthetic. She looks amazing. But abilities-wise, gameplay-wise, she doesn't say, I must have her. It just says, if you got a lot of cryo characters, if your favorite element's cryo, if you're wanting to hit bigger numbers with your cryo characters, this is a way to get that. She is a way to get that. And if you are asking yourself, I want to hit bigger numbers with my cryo characters, there is an answer. She is an answer. But she is a very unique. She is an answer to a very unique question. And not very often do we ask ourselves that very unique question. So that's my thoughts. That's my overview, my analysis of Shenhe. Great character. Like, when I say great, I mean aesthetic, lore. She is probably one of the she's probably one of the most aesthetically pleasing and most character, like really interesting background lore character. She's up there. But gameplay wise, it's a very niche gameplay character. So even though I like her, I can't recommend her to everyone when she only fits a niche playstyle. So that's my thoughts. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hit that like and subscribe button. And another thing I would recommend is if you do get her, try pairing her with Bennett. Bennett buffs attack, then activate Shenhe buff, and you got a bigger attack buff to give. So that's another recommendation I would give if you do wish for Shenhe. Bennett is another good character to pair with. Those are my thoughts. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys later.